What's good, y'all? I'm Swayze, and today I want to talk about why you should care that Vanguard Zombies is so bad, and why you should care that Zombies has just been getting worse over the past few Call of Duty games. Now, this video is directed for the people that are like me. You might be a casual Zombies player. Maybe you play the new Zombies map once or twice when it comes out, and then it's right back to Warzone, right back to Rebirth or multiplayer, and you just don't play Zombies that much. This video is directed towards you because the entire point of this video is, and I'll explain it obviously a lot more in detail as we go on, but I think that this is a sign of what's going to come to multiplayer in Warzone, and you can kind of see it going on right now. But before I jump ahead of myself, let's just talk about Vanguard Zombies really quickly and summarize why it's so bad, especially with this new Season 2 new map, Terra Maledicta, I don't even know how to pronounce it, whatever. Vanguard Zombies is unlike any other Zombies map we've had in any other Call of Duty before. Instead of it being a normal map that's round based, and as each round kind of passes on, more and more zombies come. These new maps in Vanguard, they'll start you off in a little section of the map, and it's just boring. There's not really zombies running at you. You're not really trying to survive. Instead, what you have to do is travel through these little portals that'll teleport you to another section of a smaller map. And then you do that objective and you get teleported back, and then that little home map kind of opens up a little bit more. You still don't have zombies really rushing you. You only get that experience when you're doing the different objectives. So after you do all of the objectives and you kind of open up the map even more, it's just kind of rinse and repeat from there. You don't really have anything to do besides the objectives, and even then most of them aren't really fun. And I think that that's probably everyone's biggest complaint when it comes to Vanguard Zombies, is it's just boring. Nobody really wants these objectives because they only provide you with like a 5% chance of having a real zombies experience. I will say that the new Terra Maledicta map for Vanguard Zombies, I do think that this is a lot funner than the first map that came out with the Dur and Fang. But it's still a far cry from what Zombies has been in the past, even compared to Black Ops Cold War. You might not have liked the Zombies mode in that game. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that says Vanguard is better than that, though. So it really shows you how bad it is when a casual player like me, somebody who doesn't even play Zombies that much, I haven't even played all of the classic maps that everybody puts in their top 5, hell, even their top 10, and even I think that Vanguard Zombies is just a boring, very repetitive, unreplayable experience. But what does this matter for Warzone? What does it matter for multiplayer? Well, I think it's a sign of things to come, because at the core of it, the people who make Zombies, whether that's Treyarch or Sledgehammer or even Infinity Ward when they made Spaceland Zombies, when they're coming up and making these Zombies maps, it's very clear to see that they are ignoring the actual community that plays Zombies and actually wants Zombies to be good. Let me give you an instance right here. Everybody loves Easter eggs in Zombies maps. Ever since, heck, even the first couple of Zombies maps came out and Call of Duty World at War, people love the fact that there were these little secret quests that you could do. And it's almost like Treyarch and Sledgehammer and all the Call of Duty people saw that and was like, hey, instead of putting together these nice, complex Easter eggs, or instead of putting together stuff that, is enjoyable but not repetitive to do, it's like they interpreted that as, oh, people like being told what to do in Zombies games. And at the core of it, they've taken away the freedom and the sandbox element that is in the Zombies game. Back when you used to load up, I don't know, their Rise, or heck, even Shino Numa, it doesn't matter what Zombies map, we can go back to even the really basic ones. You were able to go in there and play each map the way that you wanted to play it. There was a lot of freedom, and because of that, there was a lot of creative elements that they put in their maps so that you could run around, and not every game that you played would be the exact same. Sometimes you could only play on this section of the map if you wanted to set up like a nasty train over here, or maybe you wanted to use a certain weapon and that made it so that you played the map and maneuvered around it in a different way. That's all fine and dandy, but when it comes to Vanguard, they've basically taken that out and told you that, hey, the only way to have fun is to, do the portals, because at the very end of it, at the very end of the day, Zombies is fun because you got zombies chasing you around. You got a horde of zombies, you don't really know what to do, and you're just trying to run around and survive. That's zombies in the most basic sense, the most basic explanation. And they have taken that away in Vanguard Zombies. So the reason that this is going to affect Warzone, the reason it's going to affect multiplayer, is because this is one instance in where they are directly rejecting what the community wants and choosing to do something completely different. People only like zombies because it gives you a sort of freedom to play the way that you want to play in a horde setting. So they make a zombies map that tells you what to do, takes away that freedom, and then doesn't even have zombies rushing you all the time unless you go to one of these objectives and play in this smaller map, you know, that's out in the ether or whatever the heck. They've taken away the two reasons that people actually love zombies. And you can kind of see them doing this in multiplayer and in Warzone. You can see a lot of smaller instances, albeit maybe not as big as zombies, but you can see cases where Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven, whoever, where they have done things that the community didn't ask for, and in fact, they've done the opposite of what the community wants. Think about that loadout change that came into Warzone when, you know, Caldera and Warzone Pacific launched. They made it so that you couldn't buy a loadout from the buy station for like the first 2 circles or however long it was. It always felt like 10-15 minutes, and you always had way too much money and you couldn't buy a loadout. Nobody asked for that. Nobody said, hey Raven, you know what would be really awesome? Take away our creative freedom to play the game. Make it so that we have to play the game a certain way. You know, that's fun. And nobody liked the loadout change. They actually fixed it, but it took them like 3 months. I don't know how. It was like at least 2 months. It took them a long time to fix it, and only after everybody complained about it for those 2 months. And then you can also see it in multiplayer as well. Nobody asked for factions to be taken out, but they tried it for Black Ops Cold War in the beta, and we only got different teams when the game actually launched. Vanguard, there's not even that. We're just playing clones of ourselves, and it gets really annoying. Nobody asked for all of these fire explosives with that screen shake and leave a bunch of flames going off and a bunch of smoke, and nobody asked for that, but they put it into Vanguard anyway. Skill-based matchmaking, that's a huge one. Nobody wants really strict skill-based matchmaking, but they put it into the game. Why? Because, well, just as a big FU to the player base. You know it's bad when even low-skilled people who aren't even good at Call of Duty, are complaining about skill-based matchmaking. Like the people that you made this system for, the people that only should benefit from skill-based matchmaking, don't even like it. That should just tell you that they are just straight up ignoring their player base. And like I said before, if they're going to do it to the scale that they have with zombies, who's to say that the next Warzone mode, Warzone 2, who's to say that the next Modern Warfare 2 game isn't just a complete bastardization of the game as we know it? I mean, we didn't think that it was possible for zombies, right? How do you screw up zombies, right? Think about that for a second. How do you screw up zombies this bad? And they did that. They completely changed the formula. They did the opposite of what zombies players want. And you think that might not be possible for Warzone and multiplayer? Oh man, do not underestimate those people at the top at Call of Duty, because think about it. Zombies, we used to be able to play as JFK alongside Fidel Castro and freaking Richard Nixon and fight zombies in the Pentagon. Do you understand how awesome zombies used to be? You look at that, right? And then you look at what we got for Vanguard, and you would never believe that this is the same game made by the same company. Like, you would never think that could happen. But they did it. They completely tore down zombies to this really, really basic element of just load in, only fight zombies when the game wants you to fight zombies, only have zombies rush you when the game wants you to have zombies rush you, and only have a map that makes you play it a certain way. There's no creative freedom anymore. There's no sandbox element. You can't do it the way that you want to do it. So at the very core, this whole player agency, this whole ability to play it the way you want to play it, it's going to get taken out in some way. It's going to start off small, right? It already has with Warzone and multiplayer. Like I said, the loadout change. the dead silence, the changing of perks when nobody wants the perks to be changed, or even when they release a new gun and it's extremely broken. Everybody hates that gun. I think back to the DMR when that released for Warzone. It took them months to fix it. But it just makes you think, why are they doing all of this in the first place? And it just sort of brings me back to that whole sentiment, that whole opinion of the community that COD is only getting worse and COD doesn't really listen to the players. That is shown perfectly with zombies. And I'm just fearful for what's going to happen for Warzone and multiplayer. I don't think Warzone or multiplayer is going to get as bad as Vanguard zombies in a year. I mean, we didn't, like I said before, we didn't think that this could happen to zombies, but yet it happened. So who's to say that multiplayer next year isn't just completely not the same? I just really fear that all of the Call of Duty developers and Activision themselves, I just think that they are getting way too comfortable ignoring the community on a lot of very key issues and just very basic core gameplay issues. I think it's crazy that you could have a system that has worked so well for so long. I'm not saying people have always loved Call of Duty games. I'm not saying every time a new Call of Duty game comes out, everybody loves it. There's no complaints at all. Same with zombies. It's not like every single zombies map has been, perfectly received and everybody has loved it, but you can just kind of see the cracks starting to form. Think back to Call of Duty World War II, the other Sledgehammer game. They came out and they completely tore up the perk system. They completely tore up the usual, oh hey, you can pick a grenade, you can pick a tactical grenade, pick 3 perks, 4 perks, or whatever. They completely stripped that away, pissed everybody off with it. It took Sledgehammer having to have their head guy quit the company or get pushed out before they actually changed it. And so they're just only getting ballsier over time as it's come. I honestly fear and I honestly think that it's going to just slightly get worse every single little bit year. I mean, we've kind of seen it get worse year over year already. So it's only a matter of time before we really step back and say, this is not the Call of Duty I remember. This is not the Warzone I remember. So I do think when it comes to Vanguard zombies and just how boring it is, just how bad it is, right? That's one thing that it's bad, but really, I'm going to stress this again, the entire reason that zombies is so bad is because they are doing things that the players do not want, that they have made very vocal that they do not want, and the things that they don't like. But Call of Duty, Activision, all of the people that make the games, they've literally turned around and just said, yeah, let's put that stuff that they don't like in the game. It's not that they're just trying to experiment and make the games different, because we all know Call of Duty games have to grow, they have to evolve, they have to sort of become different, or else they're gonna run the risk of becoming too plain, become too repetitive, and nobody likes them anymore. We kind of saw that when they introduced the jetpacks, because that was the new thing, throw jetpacks on the Call of Duty and call it a day. And even that kind of worked, but even then people were kind of asking for jetpacks with Titanfall, and I mean, I'm not saying every single Call of Duty player was yeah, jetpacks, but at least that decision kind of made sense because jetpacks were popular. People liked them, obviously, but when you look at what they've done to zombies, when you look at what they've done to Cold War, Modern Warfare, like I said, World War II before that, even Black Ops 4, they're just doing things that players aren't asking for and that they actually hate. And before I, keep ranting, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I really do want all of the non-zombies players, the people that don't really play zombies, to not just take a look at how bad Vanguard zombies is and say, yeah, sucks to be you. I'm going to go back to playing Rebirth for the 40th time today. No, I really want you to kind of take a step back and think, am I seeing any parallels with how zombies has been treated to how Rebirth has been treated? Or maybe Warzone, or maybe you just only play multiplayer. You can start to kind of see a lot of the parallels. Has Call of Duty, have they done things that the community hasn't asked for and that they actually hate? Have they continued to make the game go in a direction that takes away your freedom to play the game? Or maybe play the game that the way you want it to be played without being at a huge disadvantage? You can kind of start to see that pop up, like I said before, just with different sort of changes that they've made. And again, Call of Duty needs to change to grow, but they better make the changes that the fans want to see. Because if you're changing a game for the worse, then you're changing it just for the sake of changing it. And even though you might think, oh, if we don't change it, the game's going to die, you might actually be putting it that much further into the ground with those changes. So just something to kind of think about. I don't play zombies that much. I was just kind of appalled to see how bad it's become and just mostly just how repetitive it's become. But like I said, that's pretty much it for today. Let me know in the comments what you think about zombies, if you had a chance to play this new Terra Maledicta map. I feel dirty saying that every time. Terra, I'm just gonna call it TM. Let me know in the comments if you've played this new TM map, if you've played Vanguard Zombies at all, or if you sort of see some things that are happening in Warzone or Rebirth or multiplayer where Call of Duty has sort of went against the community wishes and what the community wants. I'd love to hear it. Like the video, subscribe if you are new. I like to do a lot of Call of Duty rants and just news and updates and just trying to stay up to date with what's going on. But man, I do feel bad for all of the hardcore zombies players, the people that only play zombies. I never really understood how you could do that, but man, when I look at Vanguard Zombies, I honestly don't know how you can play this for more than like 2 rounds. At least the other maps, you could jump on and do what you wanted to do and the way you wanted to do it. But I don't know, like I said, that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next one.